welcome back to Clutch Time. This is your host, Rico, and today we're going to be talking about the Princeton Tigers and should we be concerned about them. A lot has been made about them recently losing 2 games. We're going to be talking about why I think the Princeton Tigers are going to be just fine. We're also going to be talking about what I think might be the game of tonight, and that is going to be Virginia Tech versus Louisville. I think that is going to be a great game. We're going to be doing a quick game preview there. And so let's start with the Princeton Tigers and really should we be concerned with what is going on with them. And so look, I think that the Princeton Tigers are going to be just fine. I think that what it comes down to with the Princeton Tigers is just really getting back to the basics, because look, I think a lot has been made about what has happened to Princeton with their losses. I get it. They lost to SMU 73-50. I get that they lost to Jackson State 86-71. But make no mistake about it, this Tigers team is for real, and they have some great quality wins. They have beaten Memphis. They have beat Georgetown. They have also beat Maryland. Those are some good teams. And I think that this team is going to be just fine because they play so well together. And I love the fact that they have 7 freshmen that do not play like 7 freshmen. This is another reason why I really like this Tigers team, because they do not have a fear. I get them right now at 14th in the country. I think that they're going to be just fine. They're still in position to take over this conference. Look, they are 3-2 in their last 5. I get it. They're still playing above 500. Memphis is 7th in the country right now, 5-1 in the conference. And then you have SMU 23rd in the country, 5-2 in the conference. Again, I think that the Princeton Tigers can get right back into this thing. And I think that what people are missing and what nobody is talking about is that, look, there has been a lack of focus right now around the Princeton Tigers because of the rumor mill that has surfaced around Mitch Henderson. I just talked about this in the last show. This is something that was national news. Look, Mitch Henderson was mentioned as a possible candidate for the Houston Cougars job. And isn't it ironic that the Tigers are going to play them next? And I think that they are going to take it to the Houston Cougars, even though I think that they have been playing a lot better as of late. But I do expect for the Princeton Tigers to get back to the basics, just as, just the topic says here, because look, I think when you get the basketball to Tyshawn Penn, who's averaging 16.8 points a game, and he's running the offense beautifully, he does a terrific job with his shot creation, and just his ability to pass, I think, has been terrific for this team and has really helped this team get into some great spots as far as, just where they can make field goals, because right now they are 5th in the country as far as field goal percentage. So they are very efficient with their offense, which I think in turn helps their defense. And that's why this group is really so good, because they just do so many just little things well. And that's what I love about them. Look, they're 21st as far as, top field goal percentage in the country. They're currently 39th as far as forced turnovers. And so they're a pretty good team on the defensive end as well, and not elite, but good enough, right? They're very disciplined. And I think that it comes down to just the focus. And so I think that it comes down to what Mitch Henderson was telling me earlier this year about this group. And it's about just getting back to just the bare focus. Like, that is what this team needs. This is what he was talking about. And just like, hey, we're not paying attention to the rankings. We know that we're young. We know that we have talent. We know that we have potential here, but it's about building and improving every day. As you see, he's talking about the chemistry, and you have to get back to just that focus and just doing this at a high level. And so this team has got to get back to that. Coach Henderson has got to tell these guys, look, I am here. I know it's a lot of rumors out there, but it's still us against everybody else. And I think that once the Princeton Tigers switch back to that, there is going to be trouble for the rest of the country. This team is a team that I think is going to be just fine. And so next up, let's talk about, I think this could be maybe the game of the day. And make no mistake about it, I mean, there are a lot of good games tonight. You know, shout out to the network. We got Rick Blaze and E Lava. They're going to be calling the Gonzaga versus UNLV game. That's going to be a good one. We got Sam and Sniper J. They're going to be on the Texas A&M and Auburn game. And then you got my man B-Ron and nothing but Drayton. Drayton is going to be out there, Georgia versus Kentucky. Shout out to him and Off the Rim. And so, look, that is going to be some good games across the network. But make no mistake about it. Look, the Virginia Tech game, number 6 versus Louisville, number 15. And I think the question now for Virginia Tech is like, look, are they a contender? Or are they a pretender? I think that is really what it comes down to with this team. And look, I think that Virginia Tech is certainly a contender. They're 18-3 right now. They're 5-1 in the conference. They're second behind Duke at 21-2. Who is 6-1 in the conference, but they have just lost to Duke by 9 points. And so they gave them everything that they could handle, 84-75 in that game. They've lost to Kansas 91-85, and they lost to Alabama 82-75. And so it's not some bad losses here. But when you look at the rankings and just what this team is able to do, look, in field goal percentage, this team is number 1 in the country. So they are super efficient at getting to their spots offensively. And then as far as defense, look, they wear the opposing team's jersey on a given night. They are number 10 in the country as far as opponents' points per game. They do a terrific job as far as making it tough. I think of the Detroit Pistons back in the early 2000s with the defense that they have, with the size and the length that they have inside. And oh, by the way, look, they have got some real star power. They got some players that maybe potentially could be some first rounders here in SWBA. You have Newly Cox and Trayvon Novick. Look, Newly Cox, maybe he has a 2D game, which is dunk and dunk. I'm just kidding. He has more than dunk and dunk. But you would just think that because he has 59 dunks on the year. You have Trayvon Novick, who's been terrific, I think, as far as knocking down some big shots for this team and also rebounding at a high clip, 20 points and 8 rebounds a game. And then you have Von rushing inside. Look, he has been an absolute terror. This team loves to play that 2-3 defense. It is tough, and they run a very deliberate offense where they just kind of run you down on the half court sets and things like that with Mike Young. But on the flip side of this, look, Louisville has a chance at this, and I think that Louisville has to change the number 6 in front of Virginia Tech and turn it into a number 1. For whatever reason, this team really gets up for teams that just have a huge ranking. And I think that in order for them to be a giant slayer in tonight's game, they've got to come out with the same energy that helped them beat the Memphis Tigers, helped them beat the Kentucky Wildcats 71-64, and also helped them keep it very close against Iowa 99-96 in a game that they lost. But look, Louisville is 4-1, and currently they have the 10th best assist ratio in the country. Right now they're at 16.2, and so not ratio but assist a game. And so they do a terrific job as far as distributing the ball and playing well as a team. And I know that they're led here by Pooh Lewis at 16.7 points a game. What you love about him is he just has the intangibles, and he goes very well with Ladarius Loftus. I think that these two really they have an interesting dynamic, because with Ladarius Loftus, look, I know he's a terrific jump shooter, great scorer, great shot maker, and great shot creator, but he is the trash talker. You have Pooh Lewis, who is the peacemaker. And so they have an interesting dynamic. Both of these guys are no doubt probably first rounders in SWBA, but it is going to be interesting. Do they come out with the same energy that they have had that has really made them the giant slayers, I think, in SimWorld U? And it's going to be all about, can they have, better perimeter play, because this is a team that likes to really operate off the perimeter. They like to play like a bit of man-to-man. Actually, that is what the main focus is here with Pat Kelsey, is man-to-man. And so, can they make Virginia Tech uncomfortable? Because I talked about how efficient that they are from the field, and it's all about the defense here. So if Louisville wants to win this game, they're going to have to lock down defensively, And then for Virginia Tech, they're going to have to remain hungry. That is one of the things that, Travion Novick had told us earlier in the year. It's all about them staying hungry regardless of the ranking. And so I think this is going to be a great game. We have terrific games across the network. We'll have more coming tonight. And as we always say around here, see the game and be the game. I will see you guys on the next one. All right. Peace.